Good morning, Admirals. Welcome back to another episode of Admiral Ocean. As always, great things are happening here at GHS. Football's heading into the postseason, classes and organizations are busy, and not to mention the holiday season is just around the corner. So let's take a look at all that we have going on at GHS. When you try to explain to someone about that true Admiral determination and pride, nothing could be a better example than our Admiral football team. Last week, these Admirals closed out regular season play with a solid victory over Harrison Central with a score of 49-7. Now, the Admirals head into postseason play. Here's our athletics reporter Charity with a look at the Admirals' winning season.
It's time to take things to the next level. Playoffs. We have had an amazing regular football season. We had our ups and downs, but through it all, our boys put on a show for us every Friday night.
I feel pretty high about our chances making it deep into the playoffs, winning a state championship.
I feel real confident in our team's ability. I feel as if we get stuff clicking, we can make a run in the playoffs and hopefully go win state.
This requires more hard work and dedication than ever before.
We need to work on executing in the first quarter, get it started and get the momentum going.
What I feel like we need to mainly work on is just staying together, keeping our mind right, and focusing on the tasks that's ahead of us each week, not focusing on weeks above that and just knocking them out one by one.
Our boys will need our love and support like never before. We have our first playoff game against Pearl at Milner Stadium. If you can't come to the games, make sure you watch it live on AdmiralNation.com. Remember, anchor down, Admirals. Hooyah!
Each year, the National Merit Scholarship Program accepts entrants from all across the country. This year, there are over 1.3 million applicants to choose from. Students are first screened by their scores on the PSAT. Next is a series of interviews and evaluations of GPA, student involvement, and recommendations. Finally, the scholarship program makes their semifinalist selections from each state. Gulfport High School has 8 outstanding students who have been selected as semifinalists. These students excel in all aspects of high school and are in the ACT 30+ club. With less than 1% of each state's high school seniors making it, it's a true testament to the achievement of GHS students to have 8 semifinalists chosen. Reporter Paris got to meet some of these semifinalists and get their reaction to being selected.
There are over 1.3 million students to enter this program called the National Merit. National Merit is a U.S. academic scholarship competition to recognize university scholars.
So being a National Merit semifinalist means that I get to apply to be a finalist. It just means filling out some paperwork. But after that, it qualifies me for some money from the organization itself. But a lot of colleges will pay a lot.
While I was taking the prep class, I didn't always get the best scores. I would do good, but I wasn't perfect in the class. And I think that I didn't expect myself to do as good on the PSAT 11, and I think I just surprised myself, and I was prepared through Mr. Corday's help.
It's allowed me to get more scholarships from colleges. I'm getting a full ride to USM, and it builds my pride a lot.
Being a National Merit semifinalist just opens a lot of doors, especially with colleges. It looks really good on your resumes, and it opens a lot of scholarship opportunities.
It has widely benefited me. I've gotten thousands of dollars in scholarships. I just got a $40,000 scholarship from Mississippi State University, and I'm truly just blessed.
Today we will be honoring the 8 students in this program here at Gulfport High. Not only are they a part of the National Merit, but they scored a 30+ on the ACT, and we just want to let them know that we are proud of our Admirals.
To be a part of the National Honor Society is a great privilege at our school. On October 26, 79 new members were inducted into NHS. These students hold a high GPA, dedicate themselves to their schoolwork, and they give up their free time for the betterment of our community through community service. NHS focuses on community service. Their first service project for this year was to collect donations to help the victims of the tornado in Moss Point. Volunteers got to school early to work the line, collecting items that were brought in by different people in our community. We really appreciate all of the time, energy, and effort that NHS puts into helping others. And these Admirals are a great example of demonstrating the Admiral spirit.
Back in June, a tornado devastated one of our fellow communities here on the coast. The city of Moss Point took serious damage, leaving many people without their businesses, their church, and their home.
Basically, NHS, we just saw a need and wanted to do something about it.
Students got to school early and stood out front to catch the attention of parents in the car drop-off line. They collected donations for 3 days in order to provide some help to one of our fellow coast communities.
Well, the coast is a whole, so if we were in their position, we would want them to help, and we want to help the community.
Being a productive member of society means more than just taking care of yourself. It also means taking care of the community, and this community reaches beyond just the city of Gulfport.
It makes me feel good because it's doing my part, to help, and makes me want to do more.
NHS currently has 135 members. When you add the members of other service organizations, that's a lot of Admirals making the Mississippi Gulf Coast a better community.
The health science class is one of the most intensive classes on campus. Here, students are able to get a hands-on learning experience and really immerse themselves in their passion. Last week, they collaborated with the anatomy and physiology class to complete different lab assignments. They learned about infection control, professionalism in their field, and how to handle different instruments. Now it's time to get the full rundown from reporter Arissa.
Have you thought about a career in the medical field? Maybe you are thinking about being a nurse or a surgical tech. If so, you should consider taking our health sciences program in the HHS Institute. Students in this program get real-world hands-on experience right here at school. One of the first things these pre-medical students have to learn about is the prevention of infection. But they don't just learn it from a book or a slide presentation. They really get into the lesson.
It taught me the proper steps to wash my hands because there's actually a ton of different steps. So knowing them all helps me know how to wash my hands correctly.
All the baddies in the method, let me see you wash it. Get the hands at the stove, let me see you wash it. Brush your hands on the pole, let me see you scrub it. Push it up, let me see that motion. Wash it, baby, wash it, baby, wash it, baby, wash it. Wash it, baby, wash it, baby, wash it, baby, wash it.
It taught me to take washing your hands more serious because people don't know how much bacteria is actually on their hands.
Another great experience these first-year students get is acting through a scenario dealing with an injured patient.
Taught us how to put on proper PPE gear and how we're going to work in it. So that includes a gown, a mask, goggles, gloves, a hairnet.
Essentially, it taught us how to keep a patient alive and stable while at the same time actively applying pressure and also knowing how to stabilize a patient by using different tools.
So we had a crash cart. So whenever you need a crash cart, somebody needs to go. We had to yell out crash cart, pretend like our patient was dying or losing blood, not breathing well. So we ran with our crash cart and we helped our pumpkin out.
And these labs go beyond just the CTE class. There is steady collaboration between CTE and academic classes, such as a recent lab done in the anatomy and physiology classes. GHS sure isn't what some people think a high school is. Gulfport High is a place that truly prepares students for entering college and careers.
We took it upon ourselves to host an investigation. We asked our students an extremely reflective, deep question that would really make them think and search the deepest parts of their mind for an answer. The question is, would you rather dance or sing in front of 1,000 people?
I would rather dance in front of 1,000 people.
I would have to say sing.
I would rather dance in front of 1,000 people.
Probably sing because it just makes more sense. Instead of dancing, that's more embarrassing toward me because what if you mess it up?
Dance. I'd rather dance because I'm not doing no singing. I ain't no Usher or anybody, so I'm just going to dance. I'm going to hit that Cupid shuffle, you know what I'm saying?
Sing.
I'd rather dance in front of 1,000 people.
Dance in front of 1,000 people.
I'd rather dance.
I would rather do both.
because I'm a performer. That's what I do.
I would rather sing in front of 1,000 people.
I'd rather sing in front of 1,000 people.
I would rather dance in front of 1,000 people.
I would rather sing in front of 1,000 people because I like to sing.
I prefer dance because when I hear the music, I go crazy. That's why.
Party rocking in the house tonight. Everybody, let's have a good time.
Well, that's about all the time that we have for today's episode. Here's a couple of announcements before we let you go. The National High School Heisman Scholarship recently named Devin B. and Madison P. from Gulfport High as local winners. They will advance to the state level for the scholarship competition. Congratulations, Devin and Madison. Zenaida C. and Crosby P. have been selected as GHS Hobie ambassadors. They will represent GHS at the Hugh O'Brien Leadership Conference in Mississippi College. Congratulations to Zenaida and Crosby. Make sure you buy your yearbook. Yearbooks are $65 and can be paid online at jostens.com or in Miss White's room 668. Check out the Admiral Nation store in Miss Lee's room 220 to support all of the business class's hard work and to get your Admiral merch. And don't forget that you can find our episodes of Admiral Ocean on admiralnation.com, YouTube, the school website, and even on Roku TV. We'll see you next week.